What is going on, everyone? First and foremost, I want to say thank you for being here right now, watching this video. I do really appreciate your time, and I would really appreciate if you do consider subscribing, simply because it does truly help me out a lot. Now, we're going to be reacting to Boxing Pros reveal why Jake Paul is making a big mistake by fighting Iron Mike Tyson himself, man. Now, pretty sure by now we all seen, crazy, training footage of Mike Tyson, right? He's going absolutely crazy in that gym, bro. You know what I mean? The guy looks scary. He looks fast. He looks quick. He overall looks like a guy Jake Paul should not be messing with. You get what I mean? But yeah, man. Even Jake Paul said it himself. He's scared. He's aware he's scared. You get what I mean? He's definitely scared of going inside that ring with Mike Tyson, but can't discredit him simply because he admits to being scared. A lot of people who admit to being scared still go in there and face their fear and actually end up pulling it off. You get what I mean? So you never really know, man. But overall, I think it's gonna be a good fight. A lot of people are discrediting Mike Tyson simply because of his age. People are saying he's too old to fight, things like that, man. But enough with the yapping. Let's just play the video, see what it's talking about. Then I'll share my whole opinion, say what I have to say at the very end of the video.
Not serious. Fighting a Mike Tyson, yeah, I can understand. It's a lot of money. It's going to attract a lot of eyeballs. It's great. But the only critique I have for Jake Paul is that, if you want to take the sport serious, then take the route that world champions take, fighting top 20, top 10, top 5.
Boxing pros have revealed why Jake Paul is making a big mistake by fighting Mike Tyson. Jeff Fenech, Mike Tyson's ex-trainer, is confident that Tyson will take down Jake Paul in less than 2 rounds. Nonetheless, Fenech highlights that the forthcoming match holds importance that transcends the mere knockout. He said, "I have no doubt if Mike takes it easy and doesn't try to punch at the same time, if he makes Jake Paul miss, Mike will knock him out in a couple of rounds. 100%. Fenech is certain that Paul will be unable to handle Tyson's might. He added, "I spoke to Mike and I told him what I felt. Hopefully, he'll listen to me. We said the same thing anyway. If he does what he said, then I have no doubt he will knock him out. He'll have no problem." Fenech, having a deep history with Tyson through their numerous collaborations, witnessed the conclusion of Tyson's professional boxing journey, including the unexpected defeat by Kevin McBride in 2005. Additionally, Fenech took on the role of trainer for Tyson's 2020 exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr. Tyson commands both fear and respect within the boxing community. His formidable presence, relentless fighting style, and explosive knockout power have cemented his status as one of the most intimidating figures ever to step into the ring. In his comments, Anthony Joshua provided an interesting historical background to Tyson's skill and supremacy. Joshua said, "It's quite interesting because in the era of Ali's heavyweight reign, the heavyweights were ranked as cruiserweights. So in the Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, George Foreman, Lennox Lewis era, they started getting bigger, hence why, in the amateurs, they then created a super heavyweight division." Joshua underscored the importance of establishing the super heavyweight category in amateur boxing, a division that parallels what is now recognized as the cruiserweight class in professional boxing. He added, "So the current heavyweight division in the amateurs is what we class as the cruiserweight division in the pros. So Ali went from lightweight and worked his way up. He wouldn't have been a fully fledged heavyweight. Let's say we bulked Ali up and added size and strength to him. I truly believe Mike Tyson would have won." Joshua made an insightful analysis speculating about a potential clash between Ali and Tyson. Joshua said, "The reason being, when you watch the fight between Joe Frazier and Ali, you see a certain Tyson-esque style in Frazier. Tyson used to study Frazier. Moving, hooks, hooks. He managed to put Ali down. It was a very tough fight for him." Joshua's perspective on Tyson's distinctive style, which he terms Tyson-esque, and his conviction that Tyson benefited from superior training and development thanks to modern sports science and information advancements, introduces additional depth to the ongoing discussion about Tyson's formidable legacy. He said, "I just believe Tyson was better schooled because times have evolved. He was more developed with more science, more information. So Tyson would have won, in my humble opinion." Mike Tyson's enduring legacy as a fearsome and powerful figure in the boxing realm is reinforced by the first-hand accounts and perspectives of other boxing icons. Roy Jones Jr., a distinguished fighter in his own right, provided valuable insights highlights and reflections based on their memorable encounter in the ring. Jones said, "He is capable of fighting anybody. I survived it. I'm happy to scratch it off the bucket list and move on with my life." Jones Jr. reflected on the grueling experience of going up against Tyson, highlighting the sheer force and ferocity of Tyson's punches. Even though he endured the match, Jones Jr. openly discussed the lingering aches and fatigue he felt, emphasizing that Tyson's hits left him utterly sore and exhausted.
He hit harder, everything hurt. His hands hurt, his head hurts, everything hurts when I make contact. So it's like, I'm like, wow.
Recognizing the distinct hurdle of stepping back into the ring after a 2-year absence to confront Tyson, a titan in the annals of boxing, Jones Jr. contemplated his approach for the upcoming bout. Taking cues from Tyson's past encounters with Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, Jones Jr. honed in on the tactic of engaging in close clinches with Tyson to nullify his formidable uppercuts and potent punches.
And it makes you so fatigued trying to deal with him, trying to cause on the inside. You got to keep his arms locked up. I learned that from watching Lennox Lewis and Holyfield fight. You got to lock his arms up or he'll hit you with them uppercuts. So I was trying to keep his arms locked up, and the referee told me, "I let him go." "What you think I'm gonna let him go so he can kill me?" "Nah, bruh. It's not gonna happen like this." So
Jones Jr. underscored the significance of honing clinch work and effectively landing punches in close quarters, all while ensuring his guard remained tight to stymie Tyson's formidable power. Despite enduring substantial discomfort from Tyson's blows, which even left his jaw tender from a punishing uppercut, Jones Jr. maintained steadfast resolve, affirming that he never experienced dizziness nor entertained the notion of succumbing to the canvas.
to work on the clinches, and with the clinches it made it good. So I was able to land punches on the inside of the clinch and get him back before he could ever throw anything good. So that's what my strategy was going in. That's what our strategy was going in, was to clinch him on the inside, box him outside, clinch him inside.
Moreover, Jones described taking quite a few punches that hurt him, but he insisted that he never felt lightheaded or considered falling to the ground.
Oh, never thought about dropping, but it was 2 good shots. One good body shot he hit me with, and he hit me with a uppercut straight up and threw my jaw off a little bit, but my jaw's still a little sore, but it's all good. It happens in fighting, you know what I mean? So it's like, I knew it was gonna happen. I was glad I was able to take the shots.
As Jones Jr. contemplated Tyson's dominating aura within the boxing arena, he remarked on Tyson's sheer physical prowess, observing that despite his official weight of 220 pounds, Tyson seemed to loom even larger and more intimidating up close. Jones Jr. conceded the inherent dangers of stepping into the ring with Tyson, underscoring the reality that a single blow from either combatant could swiftly alter the trajectory of the bout, inflicting considerable harm.
Big old dude, you know, he bigger than he weighed 220, but now he more massive than 220, trust me.
Roy Jones Jr.'s personal narrative, detailing his showdown with Mike Tyson, offers profound revelations into the indelible mark and formidable aura Tyson holds in the realm of boxing. It unveils a deep understanding of the daunting physical and mental obstacles one encounters when stepping into the ring with a titan like Tyson. Let's take a journey back to the golden era of Tyson's dominance, a period spanning roughly from 1987 to 1990. He rose as an indomitable force, captivating audiences and opponents alike with his electrifying performances in the boxing arena. Renowned UFC commentator Joe Rogan hailed Tyson's unrivaled prowess at the peak of his career, recognizing his profound influence on the landscape of boxing.
Look at a fighter's career. Sometimes people forget about the high points. They don't look at the low points. They look at a fighter when they're not as good anymore, when they're not as committed anymore, maybe they have health problems. They don't look at the time when they were at their highest RPMs. That's what you got to look at it.
In a classic episode of his JRE podcast, the former Fear Factor frontman emphasized the unmatched supremacy and individuality of Tyson's prime. Rogan didn't merely view Tyson as just another fighter. Rather, he portrayed him as an exceptional presence within the ring. Tyson's explosive power and relentless aggression set him apart from every other heavyweight contender that came before him. Rogan depicted Tyson as a natural force, a relentless force that struck fear into the hearts of his opponents.
But Mike Tyson, in his prime, in those years from like 86, 87 to 89, 90, whatever those years were, where he was just storming the gates, I put that Mike Tyson up against anybody who ever lived.
Rogan underscored the distinctive attributes that distinguish Tyson from his heavyweight counterparts, portraying him as a paradigm-shifting figure in the realm of combat sports. Tyson's unyielding ferocity, masterful finesse, and unparalleled knockout prowess positioned him as a formidable presence, consistently leaving adversaries vanquished in his wake. Rogan's profound reverence for Tyson's prowess and supremacy shines through as he paints each of Tyson's prime fights as a masterstroke of execution. He extolled Tyson's relentless power, annihilative force, and pinpoint precision, underscoring the flawlessness with which Tyson executed his strategy and overcame his adversaries.
That guy was a special fighter. The Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier was a
Beast.
he was just a juggernaut. Just you couldn't stop him. He was coming at you and he had everything. He had knowledge. He had this deep library of films that he would watch because his manager was Jim Jacobs, who was this boxing historian.
In Joe Rogan's poignant homage to Mike Tyson, at the peak of his career, he eloquently highlights the profound imprint Tyson left on the landscape of boxing. With an unparalleled blend of finesse, strength, and ferocity, Tyson reshaped the heavyweight division, etching his name alongside the pantheon of boxing greats. Rogan's depiction of Tyson as a unique force and a dominant presence reiterates Tyson's standing as a true icon of the sport, emphasizing his lasting impact on the realm of combat athletics.
So Tyson would sit and watch all these great fighters. This is the Marvis Frazier fight. This to me is prime Tyson, other than winning the title at 20, which was prime too. But this is Mike Tyson when he was just at his fucking most destructive best. He just stalked people down and smashed them. And he moved so well. That was part of the thing about Tyson that people forget. It wasn't just the knockout punching. He was so hard to hit, man.
As Rogan delved into the nostalgic reverie of Tyson's golden era, he shed light on the unparalleled qualities that etched his name as a towering figure in the realm of boxing. Amidst the turbulent narrative of Tyson's path through the tumultuous 1990s and 2000s, fraught with a flurry of off-ring controversies, Rogan advocates for an appraisal of fighters like him, not through the lens of their entire careers, but through the prism of those singular, luminous moments that defy comparison.
Where every fight was an execution. And, people would look at like later on in his life, like, look at this is him taking Marvis out. I mean, just ferocious, destructive, accurate, precise. Everything is perfect.
Perfect.
The
And
technique is
strong.
perfect. So strong.
Strong.
So he had everything going for him.
Oscar De La Hoya, on the other side, has cautioned Jake Paul because he believes the impending bout will worsen Paul's already dubious reputation.
Jake Paul, for what he's doing and the attention he's bringing to the sport and what he wants to do with his promotion company and help the fighters. I love that. But he also talks about, being a world champion.
De La Hoya highlighted Paul's rhetoric about aspiring to be a world champion and treating the sport with utmost seriousness. However, De La Hoya discerned a disconnection between Paul's words and actions leading up to the fight. His central criticism of Jake Paul centered on the misalignment between Paul's ambitions and his approach. De La Hoya suggested that to earn genuine recognition and respect from boxing enthusiasts, Paul ought to emulate the path embraced by world champions, rather than engaging in spectacles like facing off against Tyson. De La Hoya voiced apprehensions regarding Mike Tyson's age and physical state leading up to the match. He underscored that Tyson isn't exactly a young buck anymore, accentuating the difficulties and dangers inherent in participating at an advanced age in such a grueling and physically demanding sport like boxing.
I worry about Tyson because we all love him.
Sure.
We all love him, and he is 57, is he?
Yeah.
He's no spring chicken anymore, that's for sure.
In his critique of the match, De La Hoya emphasized how this bout is drawing in a fresh demographic to the realm of boxing, highlighting its potential to foster the sport's evolution and broaden its appeal. This insight from De La Hoya sheds light on the transformative influence that headline-grabbing crossover events, such as the clash between Tyson, a seasoned heavyweight champ, and Paul, the YouTube sensation turned pugilist, can wield in extending boxing's influence and captivating a novel audience.
Paul and Mike Tyson, attracting new eyeballs, a younger demographic, you call it what it is. I mean, headgear, bigger gloves, but it's still boxing and it's still attracting fans, new fans. I think boxing's in a good place right now.
In the latest scoop, Jake Paul has dropped a bombshell, expressing his apprehension after analyzing the training tapes of his boxing rival, none other than the legendary Mike Tyson. The boxing matchup has ignited a storm of debate, especially given Tyson's comeback to the ring at 58, alongside some eyebrow-raising training clips making rounds on the internet. Even if the footage failed to sway the masses, Paul admitted it heightened his awareness of his environment. Speaking on his podcast, BS with Jake Paul, he confessed to feeling nervous while observing observing Tyson's pad work. Witnessing Tyson's intensity fueled Paul's motivation, especially noting Tyson's lightning speed. Paul embraced the notion that harboring fear, whether in the ring or during everyday workouts, serves as a catalyst for growth and improvement.
He's fast, but it's motivating, I think. And I think it's good to carry fear into the ring and with you on a daily basis when you're training because it makes you better. And so
Paul expressed his exhilaration at the prospect of confronting his most formidable, daring, and potent adversary yet. Transitioning to the heavyweight division posed an exciting challenge for him, and he conceded Tyson's imposing presence. Additionally, Paul detected a sense of underestimation from others, observing that comments on Tyson's social media hinted at suspicions of foul play should Tyson be defeated.
it excites me that I have my toughest and craziest and most powerful opponent to date. And the challenge of going up to heavyweight is kind of like fun. That is a benefit because I've been eating a lot of pasta.
You love pasta.
I love pasta. So that's a good thing, but he definitely is looking like a fucking animal. I will say people are underestimating me though, because when I go to his comments, and of course, because people want to do anything they can to discredit me. I mean, that's just the name of the game and what's happened, but they're just saying, like, if Mike loses, then fighting is rigged.
Paul remarked that while spectators marveled at Tyson's display on the mitts, he remained steadfast in his belief that prowess in that arena was merely a fraction of the challenge. He underscored the inevitability of Tyson confronting him in the ring. Additionally, Paul pondered whether Tyson, upon viewing such footage, was bolstering his confidence.
Basically, like, every comment, because they see how good he looks on the mitts. But Mike, looking good on the mitts is not even half the battle. You have to face me in the ring, and
He knows that.
every yeah.
Why are you talking shit? He knows all that.
but I think he might be like seeing these videos of how good he looks hitting the mitts and like getting like turned up, and his confidence is probably growing.
However, Tyson's resolve stands unwavering, defying the tides of time as he remains resolute in his ability to compete. His foray into professional boxing last graced the ring in 2005, culminating in his retirement during the 5th round against Kevin McBride. Yet, even in retirement, he seized the opportunity to don the gloves once again in 2020 for an exhibition match against the esteemed Roy Jones Jr. The clash of these titans concluded in a tepid draw, leaving spectators craving the adrenaline rush of more electrifying encounters. But Tyson said, "I'm very much looking forward to stepping into the ring with Jake Paul. He's grown significantly as a boxer over the years, so it will be a lot of fun to see what the will and ambition of a kid can do with the experience and aptitude of a GOAT. It's a full circle moment that will be beyond thrilling to watch." Paul and Tyson have both been diligently honing their skills for their upcoming showdown, yet enthusiasts are strongly leaning towards the notion that the YouTuber might encounter a challenging evening. A recent analysis of their respective video footage reveals Paul enduring a barrage of body blows from his adversary before demonstrating his prowess on the training pads. As Paul and Tyson engage in their training regimens, a stark contrast in their intensity levels becomes evident. Paul embodies a carefree demeanor, in sharp contradistinction to Tyson's meticulous and thorough approach. Tyson meticulously examines every aspect of his rigorous training routine, leaving no stone unturned. Subsequent clips depict the former undisputed champion, Tyson, working with his current coach, Rafael Cordero, displaying his power and precision as he crashes the pads. Opinions are divided regarding Mike Tyson's decision to re-enter the competitive arena. John Kavanagh, the esteemed head of SBG Ireland and coach to UFC sensation Conor McGregor, voices his opposition to the forthcoming bout. Kavanagh mentioned, "I don't know whether there's a wink and a nod behind the stage. Is Tyson going to be 60 or 58? Full force blows to the head at 58? No, it's not a good idea, no matter who you are. You don't need to be doing that. If it was kind of an exhibition and they're kind of sparring, great." To reduce the chance that Tyson may suffer a major injury, Kavanagh thinks the bout will be deemed an exhibition. He said, "Because I was asked about not necessarily just Mike, but this kind of YouTube boxing stuff. And my take on it now, rather than being snobby about it, is I just love anything that gets more kids involved in sports. Kavanaugh suggested that it would be advantageous if the engagement expanded to include combat sports like boxing, wrestling, or mixed martial arts. He commended Jake Paul for his potential role in boosting attendance at local boxing gyms, noting that this aligns well with their objectives and lauding these initiatives as excellent.
Boxing, wrestling, mixed martial arts, whatever the case may be. And if Jake Paul is doing a good job of filling local boxing gyms, it's, it's a little bit of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Kavanaugh stated that his main concern is the age factor, as he believes anyone nearing 60 shouldn't be competing in such matches. He acknowledged Jake's impressive knockout record, emphasizing his power. Kavanaugh hopes the bout will be more of a show, where the fighters just move around the ring, engaging in what resembles a sparring session.
Particularly on that bout, I don't think someone approaching 60 needs to be fighting. It would appear Jake hits hard. He's knocked out a few guys. So I just hope that it is what it is. It's kind of an entertainment thing, and they move around the ring and kind of spar. So as long as it's that, thumbs up.
Kavanaugh envisions that in such a case, both fighters might restrain their full power, aiming to entertain the audience with their performance. He also noted that he believes most spectators at these events are likely not hardcore boxing aficionados.
Really high-level boxing aficionados.
Yeah.
Like, what are they really watching for? They want to see a good press conference, maybe a bit of shoving and shouting, whatever else they put on. They'll want to see a spectacular event, lighting and fireworks, great walkouts. But once it goes, click.
At the same time, KSI has been openly expressing sincere doubts regarding Jake Paul's chances in the forthcoming fight. KSI struggles to envision a scenario where Paul triumphs over Tyson. If Jake manages to secure a victory, detractors may downplay the achievement, pointing out that he beat an aging fighter who hasn't competed professionally in almost 20 years. Conversely, if Jake loses to Tyson, the blow to his career could be substantial, possibly even more damaging than his defeat to Tommy Fury. KSI said, "I just feel Jake's legacy will be, he can knock out old people. I think it's super sad. I don't know why Jake took it. It's a lose-lose. If he knocks out Mike Tyson and he's beaten by an old age pension, he's 57. Mike Tyson is 57 years old. Yes, in his prime, this would have been crazy, but now it's just sad. The primary goal of combat spectacles is to captivate audiences without the draw of millions of viewers, the promise of significant financial gains, and the boost in fame. What motivation would Jake have to challenge Mike Tyson?" KSI added, "There's going to be so many people watching, millions and millions. Everyone is going to know him as a guy that knocked out an old Mike Tyson. On the other hand, Canelo Alvarez has made it rather evident that he has no interest in the upcoming fight."
Not really, not even interested.
No, nothing.
Do you think it's good for boxing, not good for boxing?
No.
Paul and Canelo share a notable history, with Paul often calling out Canelo for a fight. Despite Canelo's growing acknowledgement of Paul's impact on the boxing scene, he remains steadfast in his decision to avoid a matchup with him. However, Canelo did appreciate one positive element, the event being hosted on Netflix.
A lot of people think that Netflix is good for boxing.
I think Netflix is good for boxing, but at that special fight, I think Netflix is doing something wrong there. I think Netflix being involved, yes, is good, but no in that kind of fights.
Canelo sees it as a major missed chance for the streaming giant to launch with the Paul vs. Tyson fight. Manny Pacquiao also weighed in on the upcoming bout between Paul and Tyson. After the fight was announced, Tyson confidently declared he would put an end to Paul's boxing career, a sentiment that Pacquiao seems to agree with. Pacquiao continues to stand firm in his admiration for Mike Tyson's skills. When asked if he thought Paul could defeat the 57-year-old Tyson, Manny expressed his doubt, stating he doesn't believe it would happen.
What do you think of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? That fight just got announced. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. They're gonna fight that? Yes, they're gonna fight. Do you think Jake Paul could beat Mike Tyson?
I don't think so.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.
But yeah, man, that is the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section, and subscribe for more content, man. But my opinion on this whole situation, this is wild, man. You get what I mean? A lot of people are choosing Mike Tyson to win. You get what I mean? Even though he's going to be 58. And there's a lot of people picking Jake Paul to win simply because Mike Tyson's age. You get what I mean? Mike Tyson is going to be 58. They're saying he's way out of his prime. He's basically an old man. Things like that, right? So he's fighting a hungry young Jake Paul, which is a big mistake on Mike Tyson's end, they're basically saying. But I don't know, man. Overall, I think this is going to be a good fight overall. I think Mike Tyson can handle himself. You get what I mean? He's fast. He's quick. He's powerful. You get what I mean? The training footage, it's crazy. You get what I mean? But overall, this could be a lose-lose situation for Jake Paul. Even though he is going to make a lot of money from this fight. Don't get me wrong. You get what I mean? And Mike Tyson is well aware he's also going to make a lot of money from this fight. That's why he even took the fight in the first place, right? That's not even like a debate. But overall, I think this is a lose-lose for Jake Paul simply because people are already defending Mike Tyson because of his age. You get what I mean? People are already finding any excuse for Mike Tyson simply because he's going to be 58 years old. You get what I mean? So if Jake Paul goes in there and pulls it off, for example, he goes in there and knocks out Mike Tyson, right? People are automatically going to jump on the hate train and say, man, you knocked out a 50-year-old man. You get what I mean? This is a 58-year-old man. He's not even in his prime anymore. You get what I mean? The last time he fought was in like 2020 or something. So yeah, man. And if he does win by decision and doesn't really knock out Mike Tyson, then people are also gonna say, people are gonna defend Mike Tyson, if you get what I mean. Like, Mike Tyson, you did great. You're 58. You get what I mean? You did great for a 58-year-old, and people are gonna jump on the hate train and hate on Jake Paul simply because he could knock out a 50-year-old Mike Tyson, man. So that's why I think this is a lose-lose situation for Jake Paul. But I don't know, man. Overall, if Mike Tyson goes in there and pulls it off, then it's full-blown embarrassment for Jake Paul simply because people are going to clown him for losing to a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, man. So, yeah, man. Either way, I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. That's just my opinion, though, at the end of the day, man. But everyone's opinion is different. You get what I mean? Some people are, picking Jake Paul to win simply because Mike Tyson is 58. Some people don't even care. You know what I mean? People say age doesn't even matter. 50, even if Mike Tyson is 58, he's still a beast. You get what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, everybody's opinion is different. And just like everybody else, I'm just sharing my opinion. So without further ado, not gonna go on an absolute yap session. So gonna leave it to you guys down in the comment section. So let me know what you guys think. And if you did make it to the end, subscribe for more content, and peace out.